Hi, we're back and welcome back to rAVe TV. Once again, I'm Joel and I am here with Clint Hoffman of Kramer. Clint, thanks for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
How's things going for the show?
Things are going fantastic. We're kind of re-imaging the entire company at this show, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big task.
It's a big task. It's also a lot of fun.
Talk to me about how we're re-imaging.
So, okay, for after 15 years of hearing about the AV-IT convergence and it actually meaning different things at different points along that 15-year timeline, we at Kramer believe we're on the precipice of actually being converged, and we think it's going to happen rather fast. So, I'm an old AV guy working for an old AV box company that has realized that boxes are important, but we need to provide newer solutions because the market's about to change, become more software driven. So at Kramer, we've come up with the slogan AV Beyond the Box here at the show, and we're saying we're going to sell boxes, but we're also going to sell software solutions, and we're also going to create and sell cloud-based solutions. So hardware, software, cloud-based solutions, we believe this is the future of our market, and we're moving there as quickly as possible and demonstrating products of that ilk on the show floor.
Okay, so what's new?
So let's start with the software. It's not necessarily new, but our wireless presentation and collaboration products, our VIA family of solutions for that area, is here at the show. With our newest model is the VIA Campus. We've introduced the VIA Pad. We're trying to make it easier for people to get connected, make it easier for them to get configured in this wireless presentation and collaboration world, and improve some of the stability on the back end while we prepare to expand that family even more. And that's a software solution. It's in a box, but it's a software solution. We also have a new software solution called Kramer Network. It's an AV management platform. So anything that you're going to plug into a network that's AV, we're going to want to manage it from one central backbone eventually. So this piece of software has multiple modules that you can get, so you can use the entire thing or use portions of it. For example, it's a virtual matrix switch. It's also a dashboard for analytics that come from somewhere else I'm going to talk about in a second. It's also gives you the ability to push a firmware update to however many units are on your network at one time from one location. Gives you the ability to see into products through their web pages and configure them or troubleshoot them. So if we're going to go onto the network with our AV products, then let me back up for 1 second.
Sure.
It used to be that you used to hear not on my network when we first started talking about AV-IT convergence. Now what we're hearing is okay on my network, but I need the ability to see everything at one time and manage it from one location. That's how information technologists work. That's what we're doing with Kramer Network. And then the last thing, which is probably the most significant of all, it's the newest, let's put it that way, not the most significant, is that we've taken control and we've re-imaged that. If you look at timelines of things in this business, display resolutions, display technologies, they change constantly.
Right.
Okay? Control's probably still done the same way it was done in the late 80s, early 90s. You go to a particular manufacturer, you go to their school for several weeks, you learn their language, and then you go ahead and go forth and program. Kramer, we've introduced Kramer Control at the show. We built a control system here in 2015, 2016 that is for today's world, the Internet of Things world, the object-oriented world, a system with intelligence that's inherent, that you don't have to do all this programming. And we call it Kramer Control, and it's got several unique aspects to it that I think it's going to kind of revolutionize the control marketplace.
Wow, it sounds like more than AV Beyond the Box. It sounds like AV Beyond the building.
Yeah, well, exactly right. Yeah. Because you can work and configure and do whatever you need to do from anywhere.
Wow. How do you move that? I mean, from there, you look at what's happened, and I've had the privilege of working alongside Kramer on some of these shows for quite a long time. Where do you go from there? Right, because you're redefining what's happening, right?
Yeah, we're on the precipice of it. So yeah, we're providing the tools now. It's going to be a thrilling ride to take those tools and advance the AV industry with those tools. These new, we all have cell phones. They got apps on them. That's the world we live in. I like to say also, I'm an old AV guy who woke up in a world of millennials during the Internet of Things age, and so we got to adapt to that. And we sell for a long time boxes and proprietary. We put in proprietary highways for our proprietary signals, and that's going to change.
Okay, well, let me be honest. I'm one of your dealers.
Okay.
So in my day job, so Don't stop me from selling boxes.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But as we evolve, as the industry evolves, we need to have these other pieces. In some situations, using the existing IP highways and putting an on-ramp and an off-ramp, if you will, an H.264 encoder, decoder to get in and out, and then using a virtual matrix, which is going to be more than good enough. In other cases, you're going to need 4K, whatever, or 8K in the future.
Sure.
So you're going to put in a box, and because that's still going to be that land where that lives. There's going to be a coexistence, but we also have to evolve at the same time.
Just out of curiosity, how big can a virtual matrix like that get?
I think it can get as big as you want it to, and it can be as long as those devices are somehow or another connected on the same network, whether they're in the same state.
Right.
That you can switch. You can switch signals.
Okay, so I mean that means that you're probably spending an enormous amount of time on software development now.
That is correct, and
It's a new discipline to bring into our business because our answer. I mean, and I also worked for one of your competitors at one time.
Sure.
Our emphasis has always been on we have a problem, design a box.
Exactly.
It's a different kind of a process in product development than software development is.
It's huge, absolutely, and that is 100% correct. It's an entirely different approach, but it's one that's necessary because this is where our market is going. If we don't go there, if somebody doesn't, Kramer and others don't take that lead, then we'll be left behind.
Let me ask you a broad question. How's Kramer dealing with what must be a big cultural change?
Because of the AV beyond the box, because of the software. I think it's there's a couple ways to approach that. You bring in more software-oriented people, and that's happening naturally and organically in the world that we live in. And then you also find strategic partnerships. We've made some strategic partnerships. It's our wireless presentation and collaboration solutions. We are a co-owner of a company called WowVision. So yeah, we found these people that do things right, and we fill in certain holes there as we turn ourselves into a new kind of software-facing company.
What's the culturally, and I've had to do many similar things recently. We do a lot of very custom work, and we have software programmers, and it's taken me several years to get my hardware guys and my software guys to understand each other's processes. Is that a challenge going on at Kramer now?
I don't think so, and there's a very specific and family-related reason why not. So, Kramer Electronics, the name Kramer, we have a Dr. Kramer, and he's
Sure.
the guy who founded the thing in 1981. And Dr. Kramer has 3 sons, and they all work for the company, rAVe, Tal, and Yuval. Each one has their own speciality, but, for example, Tal is a software. He writes algorithms. That's what he does. So no, it doesn't. That makes it kind of easy when one of the key people in your organization with the name of the company on it is a guy who understands and makes a living writing algorithms.
Well, that must be nice because I work closely with 2 different brothers who have no respect for me at all. So that's good. Clint, I've got to stop by and see Kramer. I know, and thank you very much to Kramer for providing space for our podcast station this year.
No, it's our pleasure. We're very excited about that.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Joel. It's a pleasure as always.